Hey, what's up, my betas? It's your boy Nightwolf here, and welcome back to another video. And you guys have been asking for this series to come back, and you know what? Right now, I don't really feel like doing too much. I just feel like watching back, being spooked a little bit. You feel me? So let's spend some time together once again and jump right back into disturbing things from around the internet. I'm sorry that these episodes are so spread out. I'm trying to keep a balance between my video games and my reactions and my skits. I'm not trying to oversaturate them. Gaming, I'm doing more of, because that's the most fun I have, is gaming and editing those videos. But I do have fun making these, but I just want to spread these out so they don't get oversaturated, if that makes sense. But yeah, my betas, you guys have been asking for this for a while, and this series has been blowing up on my channel while I've been playing the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Make sure to go check that out if you haven't. But yeah, my betas, let's not waste any more time. If the audio does sound different, I don't have my mic with me right now, so I'm using my camera mic, and it picks up a lot of sound. So you're probably hearing a lot of stuff. I'm so sorry for that one. I'm sorry, but hey, the grind gotta move. The grind gotta go. Grind season 2020. 2020. It's been a little minute. It's been a little minute. Make sure to grab your snacks, grab something to drink, because we hopping in this bit. What's up?
If you've spent even the smallest bit of time on the internet, then you've most likely encountered a creepy thing or two, either being shared, archived, or just out of happenstance.
Yep.
These oddities can exist anywhere from the darkest corners of the deep web, or even right there in plain sight. Welcome back to Disturbing Things from Around the Internet. If you're new, then grab a drink, pop open a bag of your favorite chips, and get comfy.
Let's get comfortable,
This
boys.
is my series that dives into bite-sized, creepy, and disturbing internet oddities from all over the internet. If you'd like to get caught up, I have a dedicated playlist on my channel to ensure that you have hours of content to fish through that'll surely leave you up at night.
Yep.
With that out of the way,
Go check 'em out.
it's time,
They're heat.
with our guest, Scare Theater, to dive into 5
special
more
guest this episode.
hand-picked and disturbing things from around the internet.
Let's do this, boys. Weeping. Oh, what's up with these images he always has in the background? These disturbing as blurred out images, bro.
This first entry comes from a Spanish Facebook page called Noticias de Cuernavaca. In this post, they claim that this footage comes from the historic center of Cuernavaca. The video that we're showing here was recorded by a policeman at his guard at approximately 4 in the morning.
Oh,
the nearby tenants say that this is not the first time that this has happened.
Oh boy, okay.
The video that they attached is some simple cell phone footage that lasts 50 seconds long. In this, you're able to hear a woman scream that sounds like it was pulled straight out of a nightmare.
Whoa. She's like a zombie. She's like a walker. Yeah, no thank you. B. 911? I'm trying to understand what... Is it directionless, or was it coming from a person that they can see?
If you're unfamiliar with Mexican folklore, La Llorona, which translates to the Weeping Woman, is a popular urban legend that dates back to the 1960s. Legend has it that this woman lost her children, and now cries while aimlessly wandering around in search of them. If she's ever encountered, she's known for causing great misfortune to those that approach her. Whether or not this is an actual spirit screaming, or somebody having a manic episode and breaking down in the near distance, it's hard to discount the fact that this scream sounds completely genuine and would undoubtedly freeze you in your tracks if you were ever to hear this yourself.
It didn't sound like there was a distance though. It literally sounded like it was right in his face. And like when he turned around, it also sounded like it was there. So that leads me to believe that it's edited in some way. Because if it was directionless, then okay, a spirit.
On December 22nd, 2018, tragedy would befall the Sunda Strait regions of Indonesia. Completely without warning, the Anak Krakatau, also known as the Child of Krakatoa volcano, would erupt, causing an undersea landslide that ultimately would result in the devastating tsunami that ended up killing 429 and injuring 1,459 residents.
Whoa!
Apparently, this volcano had been spewing ash and lava for months prior to when a 158-acre section of its southwest side collapsed, resulting in the massive undersea landslide and wiping.
Imagine having a tsunami and a goddamn volcano. Like, a goddamn volcano eruption on the same damn day. Bro, if that was me, honey, let's go. Take the children, get in the van. We out. we out, bro.
Out the volcanic island in its entirety. The photos and video from the aftermath of this natural disaster are absolutely devastating, and one event in particular is chilling. Reminiscent of the station nightclub fire, footage was caught at a concert where the pop band 17 was energetically playing. In this footage, all seemed to be going well, and everybody appeared to be having a great time, with nothing out of the ordinary. This enjoyment would unfortunately be short-lived, as it captures the moments leading up to the calamity.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Them boys up there lit though. They woo! Whoa! That shit came through
among
like
the
a
429
hurricane.
that were killed, 2 of those were in the band themselves.
Oh no.
We lost our bassist, Banny, and our road manager, Oki, the lead singer cried.
Wow.
The heartbreaking thing about this entire tragedy was that it was so sudden. No warning, no preparation, no sound for alarm.
Nothing.
Just Mother Nature in a fit of rage, wiping out everything in sight. Since the event, people have pled to have some sort of volcanic eruption or landslide detection system put into place.
Yes.
Indonesia must build an early warning system for tsunamis that are generated by underwater landslides and volcanic eruptions. Landslide triggered in the 1992 and the 2018 tsunamis.
That is scary.
As recovery
shit.
efforts continue, this, alongside every other natural disaster that occurs, is a very humbling example of how helpless we can really be against the unstoppable forces of nature itself.
Listen, bro. Mother Nature is a bad bitch, bro. Don't mess with Mother Nature, bro. She is a bad bitch, yo. That's terrifying how things like this can happen with absolutely no warning whatsoever. Things like this can happen and there would be no alarm to tell you that there's a potential for you to lose your life in a couple of seconds. Like there was like they were lit. They were at a concert. They were at lit. They were happy. They were like just enjoying life. And then boom, just gone. Reasonable suspicion?
Oh my goodness.
Don't clip it.
A woman by the name of Maribel Ramos was an Iraq war veteran and college student back in 2013. With a dream of a career in law enforcement, she was taking classes alongside caring for her sick mother. She apparently lived with a 55-year-old man by the name of Casey Joy, and according to him, they were extremely close.
Okay.
In May 2nd of that year, Maribel would fail to turn up at various events that she was scheduled to show up to, and the very next day, she would officially be reported missing by her family. On May 8th, one of her friends by the name of Emily C., desperate for answers, would spontaneously post a thread on Yelp asking about Maribel. In her post, she claims, "My friend Maribel Ramos has been missing since Thursday, May 2nd. She was last seen at her apartment in Orange, California. Please help her family, friends, and I to find her. We need all the help we can get. Shortly after this, a reply would surface by a user named Enrique C, who asked if they had talked to the roommate by that point in time.
Yeah.
In response, Emily C would claim that, yes, they spoke with the roommate. He willingly cooperated with the cops by giving them DNA samples, and even allowed them to take naked photos of him. He gave up his cell phone to them so he couldn't contact anyone, which he was all more than happy to do. 3 days after the exchange between Enrique and Emily, another stranger would interject into the conversation. A user by the name of KCKCK responded by saying, I am Maribel's roommate. She's my BFF and my only family. She is absolutely the best woman I've ever met. We had so much fun together. I miss her so much. She always knew that I will give my life for her without any hesitation. Police forensic team searched this 2-bedroom apartment 5 times with the police dog. They confiscated computer, hard drive, cell phone, car, and took several items. They contacted everyone on my phone list, and I don't know when I will get my properties back. These are major inconveniences, but all these don't matter. I miss Maribel, and that really makes me depressed and stressed out big time.
I'm trying to connect stuff.
Interestingly, people took notice of his wordage. He consistently referred to Maribel in past tense, without regard that she's only missing, not dead.
Yeah.
Why would he spill his heart out like this over a very, very new missing persons case? A user named Grant K was one of many to notice this.
Yo!
May 14th. Am I the only one finding it odd that this KC roommate posted here and used past tense to refer to Maribel? We had, she always knew, as opposed to we have, or she knows. And why would she ask him to move out if they have so much fun together?
Oh shit.
My prayers are with the friends and family. This is very sad. At this point, people retorted at Grant, saying that he shouldn't make such bold assumptions and to let the police do their job, as they should, rather than turning this into a witch hunt.
True. Fact.
Casey then jumped into the conversation once more in hopes of defending himself, claiming that English is his second language and that he still needs help with that from time to time. He then went forward pleading to others not to make judgments about him, and that he, quote, wouldn't give a second to give his life for Maribel. This is when things become strange. The next day, he posts multiple times, and each one seems to dig him further and further into the hole of suspicion. May 15th. I love Maribel as a friend and a roommate. This is how we say goodnight to each other. Good night, Maribel, Maya, Misun, Mom, and Dad. My profile photo is because I miss her. That is one from the night we went out. I said, Maribel is my one and only BFF. She is. She is my only beneficiary for my $250,000 life insurance, and my only beneficiary for my bank accounts, paid upon death. She knows this. I miss her every second I am awake.
Why would he
A day
even
later,
say that
and
shit?
2 weeks after Maribel originally went missing, Emily C would jump in, updating everybody that a body had been found. However, they don't know if it's Maribel as of yet. They should know by noon that day. And then, later that same day, someone named Thelma D would drop the verdict on everyone. It's her. And the killer is KC.
I fucking knew it, bro. But how? Like, why? That's it? Down the hill. What the?
This entry surrounds a story following 2 young teenagers,
I don't know.
Abigail Williams and Liberty German. The pair were best friends in the 8th grade at Delphi Community Middle School in Delphi, Indiana, a small town of about 3,000 residents. As many teenagers do, the pair were keen on hanging out outside of school, having sleepovers, and going on spontaneous adventures for fun. On the evening of February 12th, 2017, the two would have a sleepover at Liberty's grandparents' house, as school was canceled the following day.
Was this the...
The next day, the two girls were trying to figure out how to spend their afternoon, and came up with the idea to hike around the Monon Bridge, a popular nearby hangout spot.
Oh, fuck no.
After receiving consent from Liberty's grandmother and arranging for their grandfather to pick them up a couple hours later, her sister Kelsey would drop the pair off near the bridge at around 1:30 p.m. on her way to work. Throughout the next hour or so, everything was going as usual. Liberty, as many people do, began to share her trek along this bridge on Snapchat, and in this photo, taken at 2:07 p.m., you can see Abigail smiling as she walks along it. Unbeknownst to everyone though, this would be the last normal photo that Liberty would ever post to her social media. An hour later, Liberty's grandfather arrived to pick the two up, and texted her to meet him at the pickup spot. No response. Realizing this is uncharacteristic of her, he proceeds to call. Still, no answer. It was at this point that he'd walk along the bridge in hopes of finding the girls. However, this too would be futile. In response to his failed efforts, the grandparents report the girls as missing, and a search was promptly underway. Countless volunteers aided in this, with people scouring the entire area. At around 6 p.m. the following day, the worst would unfortunately unfold. The bodies of two young girls were located in Deer Creek, a mere half a mile from the bridge itself. The girls were confirmed by investigators to be Abigail and Liberty, and with this, the evidence that they gathered and released from Abigail's smartphone would baffle everybody. Police were able to locate this photo of a man walking along the bridge, taken shortly after Liberty's original Snapchat photo. And this very, very muffled snippet of audio sounds like a man saying the words, "Down the hill."
Down the hill. Down the hill.
It's been widely speculated that the audio and this man are directly connected to their deaths, and it's very possible that this same man was ordering the girls to go to a specific location down a hill before he ended their lives. To this day, the only evidence they have to go off of is that Snapchat, the grainy photo, the audio, and the sketch of the suspect. Everything else surrounding the true whereabouts and identity of the killer remains a mystery to this very day. Since this tragedy, the entire town has since replaced all of their exterior light bulbs with those that have an orange hue, and will keep them as such until the day the killer is found.
Oh, that's heat. That's fire. Ruth Price.
Number 5 on our list surrounds an absolutely haunting 911 call made by a woman by the name of Ruth Price. Apparently, Price lived completely alone, and late one night, she noticed a man walking around outside of her home. Understandably shaken, she immediately calls 911 in hopes of getting help. However, what transpires afterwards is undoubtedly something that will disturb you.
Oh shit, here we go. I hate these phone call video evidence shits.
What's the problem, ma'am? Oh, well, there's some guy been checking the place out. Oh. Well, he went in the back. I have an apartment in the back, and he said he was looking for a guy, and he comes to my door, and said he's looking for an apartment.
Oh shit.
So I live alone, and I'm an old lady. Mm-hmm. Where is he now, ma'am? I don't have no idea.
I can't listen to this full volume. I can't listen to this full volume. Literal. Oh my goodness. I could not listen
While
to
the
that
validity of
volume.
this voicemail is up for heavy debates, it's almost impossible not to be at least somewhat unnerved by this. It's hard to find any concrete case behind this recording, and it's unclear if Ruth Price is her real name or simply an alias. Since the recording, this call has been used in various dispatcher educational courses as a hard lesson to ask for the address of the victim before anything else, since if she would have given it up front, she would likely have been given help sooner, with a sliver of a possibility at still being alive.
Yeah, that one by
The
far
internet is undoubtedly a weird
the
place.
most chills.
Creepy and disturbing real-life events can pop up on you at any time, and tonight's installment exemplified this. If you, for some reason, haven't yet subscribed to Scare Theater, Go over there and give him a sub, and a
Make sure to go
big
sub
thank
to
you
them.
for
Nexpo
jumping in
and
this with
Scared
me.
Theater.
He's one of my bigger inspirations, and it was awesome to have him on. Anyway, to close, thank you all for joining me in Volume 6 of Disturbing Things from
Volume
Around the
6,
Internet.
okay.
If you have any other bite-sized, disturbing internet events or oddities on hand, feel free to throw them my way. I'd love to consider your recommendations for a future installment. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one. I love you all, and good night.
Okay, my babies. I was heat. To be fair, that wasn't the best one for sure. It was way shorter, and it wasn't really that scary. Yeah, my betas, thank you guys for stopping by again, for sharing this epic series with me of disturbing things from around the internet. That was Volume 6 featuring Scared Theater. Make sure to go subscribe to Nexpo and Scared Theater. And yeah, my betas, this was Volume 6. You guys have been asking for it. Volume 7, expect it a lot sooner than between the time from Volume 5 and 6. Expect it a lot quicker than that. I'm sorry, but grind season commenced. I am now a high school graduate, so I am about to get on my shit. I am about to get on the grind. So, real quick, for those who are still around, here are my plans for my channel in the future, the near future. I want to start uploading on a schedule, right? So, I want to upload Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Now, it's just me. So, I am going to have to record, edit, thumbnail, title, everything on my own. So if I miss those days, please do not cancel me for it, alright? I am one human being on this one channel trying to do reactions, gaming, skits, currently working on music, but that's a conversation for later. Yeah, I am doing a lot right now, so just please do not crucify me if I mess up the schedule. But for right now, the schedule for my channel is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So expect a video every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday. But it's not set in stone. Still working on it, still trying to figure it out. But yeah, my betas, thank you guys for stopping by once again. And it's me, your boy Nightwolf. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Say it with me, say it with me. Peace.
This is the domain, gas up like propane, glowed up with gold chain, moto with new games. I'm from the world wide web, how I'm catching all these fucking vermin. Still I'm burning, why they're concerning over the shit I'm earning. Domain.